From Experience Jackson and the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce, CEO of both organizations, Ryan Tarrant, and the new storyteller for Experience Jackson, Noah Hansen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, storyteller. I didn't even know we had a storyteller.
Well, that's new. So Experience Jackson actually just wrapped up its strategic planning process. So we've got a new plan that we're kind of working through what that looks like for the next 5 years. But we have this vision that goes through 2030. And one of the key pieces there is that PR marketing of Jackson, not just externally to visitors, but also internally to showcase and remind people how great Jackson is and of the people, the activities, all of those things that they can communicate out to. And so, part of that, one of the initiatives in there was actually bringing that storytelling piece in-house. And so we actually looked at it as community branding and placemaking manager. Is what we were looking for, and found Noah, who's a recent college graduate.
That's great.
Is going to do phenomenal work on that for us.
So Noah, you are from Vermontville, Maple Valley, into Jackson. Give me your thoughts on Jackson so far. You're going to have quite a few stories to tell.
Oh yeah, Jackson's been great. There's a lot of niche little pieces of history here that I wasn't aware of that I think is really cool. And there's a lot of unique places to eat and drink and hang out with friends. And what I really like about it is there's a diversity of things to do. So there's the things downtown, places to eat and drink. And then there's also places to go hiking, biking, fishing. And I'm an outdoorsman, so that makes me really excited.
Yeah.
We should have Noah tell a story.
I was going to say, Noah, what's your story?
Storyteller.
My story, well, I grew up in a small farm town, middle of nowhere. Growing up, I always had a knack for storytelling. I really was interested in telling stories through video and digital media. So I'd always kind of make my own little stories, film documentaries with my sister, my friends. And that led me to go to college for advertising and public relations at Grand Valley State University. Got my degree there, and that led me here to Jackson, Michigan.
It's awesome, and you're building a great team. It is a great team that you have right now, and we're seeing some new faces. We're seeing some great faces.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, anytime you can snag somebody from Grand Rapids and get them to move to Jackson, it means we're on the way up, right?
For sure.
I mean, everybody likes to stay in Grand Rapids, so we're excited to have Noah here. He mentioned all of that outdoor activity. We actually brought in a consultant to help us with this strategic plan, and he handles the entire state of Wyoming. Does this for the entire state, not just the state, but every individual county, Convention and Visitors Bureau, DMO. And what he found was, our big push over the next few years needs to be that outdoor activities. It's all of those trails. It's the biking, it's the hiking, kayaking, fishing, lakes. Is what really draws visitors in. And I had the opportunity to give a little presentation to some of my peers at the Governor's Travel Conference a couple of months ago, and when I asked everybody to close their eyes and what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of Jackson? Prison town, right?
Dang it.
I know. But I was talking to my old neighbor from Bay City. He runs a statewide land conservancy, does a lot of outdoor activity, biking, hiking, and what he told me was, that's not the case at all for the outdoor set. They come here, he came here Memorial Day weekend because it was easier to come south. Jackson has everything he was looking for that, some people think we have to go to Traverse City, we have to go to the Upper Peninsula. But we've got those same trails here.
Yeah, we
can
get you on a lake pretty easy too, no problem.
You can get on a lake pretty quick, and so that I think is going to be a big concentration for what Noah's going to be doing over the next year.
What was your first thought of Jackson when you heard this opening was up?
Well, not having actually been here to experience it.
Never came.
Yeah, I thought it was the prison, prison place. But after coming here, I discovered there's a real tight-knit community of people that really care about each other, and there's a lot of exciting things here. One of my favorite things is the people at Nostalgia Inc., the comic shop. I visited there a few times, and they have a really cool community of people that come together and have fun.
Half our staff leaves and goes over to Nostalgia Inc. every Wednesday, so
Oh,
you'll
fun.
have to
Yeah,
jump on
actually,
that.
we have a Noah that goes to the comic book
Yeah.
store every Wednesday, and now
nice.
you have a Noah that goes to the comic book store
All
every
right.
Wednesday.
Small world.
Yeah.
Fun.
Leadership Jackson is taking applications, and this is one of the finest professional development programs I think around. And Brandon was in the first class of Leadership Jackson. I remember that years ago. But talk about that program. Tim does such a great job with that.
Tim Booth is our staff lead on that, so he runs the Leadership Jackson program. It runs for a good chunk of the year. Applications just opened yesterday. You can find that on our website. You can find it on social media. We're encouraging everyone, all of our members to plug their applicants. But yeah, I mean, you guys know my background. I mean, as a congressional staffer, I went around and spoke at dozens of leadership programs for chambers of commerce and communities around the state. Ran one in Bay County when I was at the chamber there, and this is probably the best run leadership program that I've seen.
Yeah.
And I've got experience with dozens of them. So,
Yeah.
it's great. I mean, you see a lot of those folks in town when you talk about the various teams that have come through that over the years, and where they are now.
Right.
It's a pretty good group. That alumni group is pretty good.
Noah, here's a quiz for you. Name one food that Jackson is famous for and a storyteller that you will make even more famous.
Well, did you know that Jackson is the home of the Coney dog?
Yes.
There you go.
That's right. Now, don't be fooled. Some of the Detroit folks think that they've invented the Coney, but that is not the case. So
They're funny, aren't they?
they are. They're goofy. And they've even turned into opening Lafayette Coney Islands in Las Vegas, and people from Jackson would never do that.
Never.
So, birthplace right here.
Yeah, and there are other places that think they are that have the claim, but it's Jackson. We just have to
Absolutely.
hammer that and make sure the
Yeah,
whole
we got to
world
hammer
knows.
that home.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, and Noah's actually got his first story coming out today.
Oh, can you give us a hint?
We can.
Do you guys like ice cream?
Who doesn't?
Stoyana's.
Oh, yeah.
Stoyana's opened up an ice cream stand, and she's hosting our next Off the Clock. That's this
Perfect.
Friday at 4. So yeah, we have a story coming out. Stay tuned. There's going to be an article and a video featuring an
Cool.
interview with Stoyana.
Nice.
Yeah, so where are people going to be able to see these stories and articles? And
Well, that's the unique thing about having both Experience Jackson and the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce in the same building is we're able to share a lot of things. And so, Noah will be doing a little bit on the chamber side, but a significant portion of that storytelling on the Experience Jackson side of things. So you'll see it a lot on traditional websites, social media. We'll plug advertising, all of the above strategy to see as we roll this out, what's most effective and what brings the most visitors to Jackson.
and probably right here on JTV.
No doubt.
Well, good luck to you in your new position. Welcome to Jackson.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys, for coming down.
Thank you, gentlemen.
From Experience Jackson and the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce, Ryan Tarrant and Noah Hansen. More of the morning show coming up next.